In a quiet village, nestled between rolling hills and endless fields, there lived an old farmer whose hands bore the marks of decades spent working the land. Each wrinkle on his face told a story of seasons come and gone, of storms weathered, and of harvests both bountiful and meager. The villagers often sought his wisdom, for he was known not just for his skill, but for the patience and hope that seemed to guide every step he took. One year, the rains failed to arrive. Day after day, the sun scorched the earth, turning once green fields into dust. Seeds lay dormant beneath the surface, showing no sign of life. The villagers, dependent on the crops for their livelihood, grew anxious and restless. Many began to give up, believing that all was lost and that nothing could be done to save their withering hopes. But the old farmer remained calm. Each morning, while others debated giving up, he would walk to his field with his battered watering can. With painstaking care, he sprinkled what little water he could find over the soil. His neighbors watched, some shaking their heads, others whispering that he was wasting his effort. "Why do you bother?" one young man asked. "The ground is dry. The seeds are dead. You're only tiring yourself for nothing." The farmer smiled, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of many years. "The land has its own time," he replied. "The seeds know when to wake. My job is not to decide when the rain will come, but to continue caring, hoping, and believing." Days turned into weeks. The sun blazed on, and hope seemed to fade from the village. Many packed up and left in search of work elsewhere. But the farmer persisted, his daily ritual unchanged. He tended his field, spoke gently to the soil, and whispered encouragement to the hidden seeds, believing they could still hear him. One evening, as the farmer rested on the edge of his field, dark clouds gathered above the hills. Thunder rumbled in the distance, and soon rain began to fall, softly at first, then in torrents, soaking the parched earth. The villagers rushed outside, faces upturned in gratitude as the long-awaited rain brought life back to the fields. The next morning, green shoots pierced through the soil where the farmer had watered each day. His field, once bare and lifeless, now shimmered with the promise of new growth. The villagers gathered around, astonished at the transformation. "How did you know?" someone asked. "How did you keep going when it all seemed hopeless?" The old farmer stood, his eyes gentle and kind. "Hope is not about ignoring difficulty," he said quietly. "It's about believing that beyond the darkness, there is light. Even when you cannot see the results, your efforts still matter. Giving up is easy, but nurturing hope, especially when it's hardest, can turn barren fields into gardens." As the seasons changed and the harvest approached, the village slowly filled with laughter and life once more. The farmer's lesson lived on, that hope is a quiet strength, patient and persistent, and that sometimes the greatest harvest comes to those who refuse to let go, even when the world says it's time to surrender. So whenever doubt creeps in, remember the old farmer's final lesson: don't lose hope, for with patience, faith, and effort, even the driest field can bloom again. As the rain gently falls, droplets shimmer on the emerald leaves, breathing new life into the once parched earth. The farmer stands amidst a sea of vibrant green, his weathered hands brushing against sturdy stalks that now stretch eagerly toward the sky. The air is alive with the hum of insects and the soft rustle of wind through the crop. Smiles return to the faces of villagers as hope blossoms anew, nourished by the farmer's steadfast spirit.